You just can't keep anything stock, can you? Daily drivers, anything. It has to get changed up, get personalized. I built a ton of stuff on it. I built the chassis from scratch, built CNC parts on it that I did the whole interior from scratch. Kind of wanted to show off some of my hot rod style fabrication in a Datsun, which is the kind of cars that I'm really into, old Japanese cars. I'm Connor. This is my Datsun Roadster. It's a 69 2000. Been building it over the past 3 months here, and super excited to bring it here to SEMA.
3 months, that's all it took?
About 3 months. I was able to 3D scan it prior to that, and I built the chassis and got a lot of the parts machined out before that 3 months. I got the body back in first week of July from Sandblaster, and then it was go time on getting all the body and interior and everything buttoned up.
It's super quick.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, 150 hour weeks for 3 months. It's been a lot of work, but also a lot of fun.
So is this what you do for a living?
Yeah, so I'm a fabricator and welder for a living. I own a CNC machine, so I do some of that. Working on mostly drag cars and hot rod, muscle cars, stuff like that. I started out building hot rods at Midwest Fabrication in Wisconsin. That's actually one of Bob's shift knobs that he builds in there. It was kind of a throwback to working at his shop, and who got me really into that kind of styling. I wanted to do something a little more hot roddy, like 30s Model A, so my seats, I kind of took inspiration from bomber seats and then made them into a shape of a Japanese racing seat, as well as like the door handles, drilling speed holes and stuff, and kind of moon gauges, so kind of the best mix between Japanese classic cars and American classic cars. This little moon door locks, stuff like that, just kind of mixing the hot rod and Japanese classic stuff. I CAD designed the chassis, and then I was trying to fit just regular shocks in it, and then it's like, man, should show off a little, and I had the idea to do this, and had the idea to have the shock sit in front, kind of started drawing it up, and then just kind of came together as that. It'd be cool to show it off in the interior. It's got such a big open package tray back there that fits great. And then for figuring out the spring rate, it's just all trigonometry, so I read some stuff on it, made a spreadsheet, and then I was able to plug in all my measurements and data and guess the weight on the car and get spring rates and all that stuff for wheel travel. And yeah, just reading about it, learning.
This is your first time doing a cantilever?
This is my first time doing a cantilever, yeah. I've done a lot of 4-link setups on drag cars, and I've done a lot of setups on the front for like drift cars and stuff like that. So I had a pretty good idea about suspension geometry and kind of just fit right into all that. Just a bunch of triangles. It's a Watanabe wheel to match the Watanabe wheels on the car. So same brand. Just fun little stuff like the G-Corp horn button, kids like, skull shift knob the kids like, stuff like that to make it a little more personal. So it's a SR20 DET block with a P11 head, so it's got the variable valve timing and kind of revs up a little higher. The rocker setup's a little better than the factory SRs. It's got billet intake manifolds to fit the dual Weber carburetors on it, and then all billet throttle linkage that I built. It's got a titanium header that is actually flame bent, so you pack it with sand, heat up the outside, and flame bend it to get the really cool organic shape of the header. It's all titanium, machined out the flanges on it out of titanium as well. Yeah, so the SR20, and it was actually the first motor that I bought. I bought it when I was about 16 for $1,200, and they're up to like about 5,000 now, but I've had it sit in the basement and in a couple other projects since then, so it's really cool to use the first motor in this thing. It's just kind of been a goal for this year, just getting Battle of the Builders. I'm 29 this year, so it's my last year to be in Young Guns, and wanted to put this thing up against some other cars, and all the other cars are unbelievable here too, so it's really cool to be here sitting next to these really, really nice cars. I guess SEMA is really the pinnacle for the aftermarket car industry. I mean, you look at it through the internet, you watch it every year, and always hope to have a car there, and it's just like one of those stepping stones, I guess, of being a car builder. just a lot of hand-built stuff on it, and one-off stuff is what I really like doing.